All right, welcome to another deep dive. This time, we're looking into heart bingo. You've heard of it, you're thinking about trying it out maybe, but you want the lowdown, right? You want to know if it's really worth your time.
Absolutely. And that's where we come in. We've been digging through reviews and doing our research, and we've got some interesting stuff to share about Heart Bingo.
Okay, cool. But first, I gotta ask, isn't it funny how many people search for hearts bingo?
Yeah, it's Heart Bingo. Singular.
It's a little thing, but I don't know, it kind of bugs me.
I get it. Little details matter, right.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, the connection to heart radio is definitely a big part of their whole thing.
That's right, it's not just some random online bingo site. It's part of that bigger, well-known brand.
And they really seem to be leaning into that heart radio vibe, creating a fun, friendly, community-driven atmosphere.
Okay, so community is a big focus for them. I gotta say, I was a bit skeptical about finding a real community online, but the reviews paint a pretty positive picture.
It seems like they've actually put a lot of effort into fostering that community feeling. Think lively chat rooms during the games, friendly hosts who keep things entertaining. They even have regular promotions and chat games where you can win extra rewards and connect with other players.
Wow, so they're really going all out. It's like they're trying to bring that classic bingo hall experience online.
Exactly. They want it to be social, not just about clicking buttons.
I like that. But speaking of the games, what kind of bingo are we talking about here? Is it just the classic version, or do they have some, I don't know, modern twists?
Well, they've got the classics covered for sure. Your 90-ball bingo. That's your traditional old-school game.
So good for the purists.
Right. But they also have 75-ball bingo, which is known for being faster paced, a little more dynamic.
Oh, that's cool. So a bit of something for everyone.
Exactly. And then this is where it gets interesting. They have these themed rooms.
Themed rooms. Okay, tell me more.
So these aren't your average bingo games. Imagine playing for a chance to win a trip to Vegas or like a year's supply of chocolate.
Whoa, hold on. A year's supply of chocolate. Now we're talking. That's way more exciting than just winning like a tenner.
Right. And that's what these themed rooms are all about. Unique prizes, different themes, just a way to make things more exciting and fun.
That's a really cool concept. I can definitely see the appeal there. But let's be real for a minute. Most people, myself included, we also look at those welcome bonuses when choosing a bingo site, right?
Yeah.
So what does Heart Bingo offer?
They actually have a pretty interesting welcome bonus structure. So you deposit and spend £10, and you get a bingo bonus, free spins on slots, sometimes even more goodies.
Oh, so it's not just a simple match your deposit kind of thing.
No, it's a bit more multifaceted, which I think is kind of cool.
It is, but as always, there's got to be some fine print, right? What about those wagering requirements?
Ah, yes, the waging requirements. Always got to read those. But with Heart Bingo, it's usually something like, you need to play through the bonus amount a couple of times before you can actually withdraw any winnings from it.
Okay, so you do need to be aware of that. Anything else to watch out for?
Well, there's usually a 7-day time limit to claim the bonus. So you got to act fast.
Good point. So before we jump into playing and winning big, how do you even get started? What about payment options?
They offer a pretty good range, all the familiar and secure methods like Visa, MasterCard, PayPal. You can even use PaySafeCard if you prefer prepaid or are more privacy conscious.
That covers a lot of bases. But what about after you win, right? Nobody wants to wait forever to actually get their hands on their winnings.
Absolutely. And Heart Bingo seems to get that their withdrawal processing time is pretty quick, usually within 24 to 48 hours, depending on the method.
Okay, so that's good to know. They're quick on the payouts. But what about the bigger picture? How do they stack up when it comes to security and trustworthiness? This is an online gaming site. Got to be careful.
You're absolutely right. But Heart Bingo is fully licensed and regulated. So they operate under pretty strict guidelines to ensure fair play and secure transactions. Plus, they use all that fancy encryption technology to protect your personal and financial info.
That's good to hear, peace of mind and all that. But let's be honest, there are other players in this online bingo world.
Oh, yeah, for sure. In our research, we came across Happy Tiger Bingo, Gala Bingo, Rainbow Riches, Bonus Bet, all sorts of names.
Okay, so Heart Bingo isn't the only game in town. Maybe we should dive a bit deeper into how these other platforms compare. Especially Happy Tiger Bingo. It seems to be a popular one.
Sounds like a plan. Let's jump into those comparisons. All right, so we were talking about those other bingo platforms out there, and Happy Tiger Bingo is one that kept popping up.
Yeah, I remember seeing that name in some of the reviews. They actually mentioned Happy Tiger Bingo having a pretty massive welcome bonus. Even bigger than Heart Bingos, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal, I gotta say. You deposit just a tenner, and they give you a 30-pound bingo bonus.
Wow, that's 3 times what Heart Bingo offers.
Mm.
It sounds almost too good to be true. Is there a catch? There's got to be a catch.
Well, there's always a catch, right? In this case, it's the wagering requirement. Remember how we talked about Heart Bingos being around 2 times the bonus amount?
Yeah, you have to play through the bonus a couple of times before you can cash out.
Exactly. Well, with Happy Tiger Bingo, it's a whopping 40x.
40 times. So you really got to be committed to playing through that bonus, high risk, high reward kind of situation.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not a bad deal if you're planning to play a lot anyway, but it's definitely something to consider.
Makes sense. Maybe our listeners will discover the answer when they check out Heart Bingo for themselves. It really makes you think, doesn't it, about how the whole online gaming world is changing.
For sure.
It's not just about the games anymore. It's about the whole experience, the whole package.
Right. The community, the vibe, all of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that sense of community, it's becoming so important, especially now, when everyone's online all the time.
Absolutely. It's easy to feel isolated, even when you're surrounded by people online.
So true. So how do you do it? How do you take that feeling of, I don't know, camaraderie, that shared fun from a real bingo hall, and translate it to a tiny phone screen?
That's a million-dollar question, right? It's a
Yeah.
tough challenge.
It is.
I think it starts with the platform itself. It has to be designed with social interaction in mind.
It's like having a good chat feature.
Yeah, but it's more than that. It's about creating spaces where those conversations can actually happen organically.
Like those chat rooms we were talking about before,
Mm.
with the friendly hosts and all that.
Exactly. And then you have to encourage those interactions. Think regular promotions that bring people together, maybe some fun chat games, just a welcoming atmosphere in general.
Almost like creating a virtual community center, but for bingo.
I like that. Yeah, it's about making people feel like they belong, like they're part of something.
And from what we've seen, Heart Bingo seems to be on the right track.
They do seem to be putting in the effort, which is great to see.
So to sum it all up, if you're looking for a bingo site that's more than just games, if you want that sense of community, that connection with other players, Heart Bingo might be worth checking out.
Absolutely. But don't forget, do your own research too. Head over to www.galareviews.com, read the full review, see what other people are saying.
Great advice. Always good to get a second opinion. And hey, while you're there, why not check out those other platforms we talked about? Happy Tiger Bingo, Gala Bingo, Rainbow Riches, Bonus Bet. They all have something unique to offer.